He restores my soul. He restores my soul. Have you ever seen those fainting goats? You know, they get scared, spooked. You could just spook them a little bit, and they're like, and they faint, they fall over, and then they wake up, and then they kind of stand up and figure their life out, and in a real way, they're kind of restored. There's an old English term for a sheep that has fallen and can't get up. It's like you see a big ewe, like a big female sheep that's maybe with a lammy inside her and lots of wool and matted up and stuff like that. Sometimes she'll go lay down, and then when her weight shifts and she rolls over, and now her feet are stuck up in the air, and she begins to panic, and she's called cast down. Cast down. This is why a good shepherd is always counting his sheep. He's always looking out for his sheep and seeing who's there and who's not, and he can tell if one sheep is missing or maybe cast down, and so then he goes and he scans the skies to see if there's any vultures that are circling, because they've seen this before too. And when he sees one is missing, he will leave the greater flock and go find that one and go and see if he can't help her. So he hears her bleats, and then he'll go and find her, and then he'll help her up onto her feet again. He'll rub her limbs and make sure she's good and she's able to walk again. And he might do that several times in a day for a sheep that gets cast down, especially the big ones. So you see it, don't you? You see that how sometimes a Christian, even one who's been around for a long time, can fall and not get up, can take a hit, or can just get, especially if they're off balance to begin with. I mean, King David here, he knew what it was like to get down and depressed. He knew what it was like to fall and not be able to get up on his own. In fact, in another psalm, he says, "Oh, my soul, why are you cast down within me? Yet will I praise the Lord. Yet will I praise the Lord. Why are you cast down within me?" So we got to learn, I think, as good sheep, to bleat when we're in trouble, to call out to the good shepherd, to call out to the good shepherd, to acknowledge that we're down and we can't get up, to acknowledge that he's our good shepherd and that he needs to come soon. And because when you're down in that place, you're very vulnerable to predators, and you don't want to be in that place for a while. In a hot desert type of climate, these sheep could die within hours. When it was colder, they could live for days like that on their back. So it's very vulnerable. So what we should do, we acknowledge our weakness, we cry out to him, he will come and he will rescue, because that's what he does, because he is the good shepherd of our souls.